I see way too many people make the same mistakes over and over again, and I guarantee you're making one of these mistakes as well. So the main reason you're not seeing the results you're trying to achieve is 1, you're not training right, 2, you're not eating right, or you're not eating enough, or you're eating too much, you're not getting enough sleep. So I'm going to cover everything here. So let's start off with your training. So what are you actually training for? Are you training to be a power lifter? Are you training for some kind of meet? Are you training to be a bodybuilder? Are you looking to be a strongman, a crossfitter? What exactly is your goal here? So this is a video talking about the gym, not specifically running. So I do both, just so you guys know. But training in the gym. What are you training for? If you're training to be a powerlifter, you're training for a meet that's coming up, you need to be training for strength. So this means that you need to wait 1 to 5 minutes in between your sets. You also need to go a lot heavier. And when you go heavy, you need to aim for 1 to 5 reps for every set. So if you're training to be a bodybuilder, for example, you need to wait about 1 to 2 minutes in between your sets. And then for this, you're going to go a little bit lighter with a higher rep count. So this is going to be anywhere from 6 all the way up to 15. Definitely want to be pushing yourself. You want to be aiming for that muscle hypertrophy. But overall, are you even setting a timer in between sets? Are you going to the gym and just treating it like social hour? You're there to hang out with your buddies. You're not really actually training for anything. You're just there. Yes, you're doing exercises. Yes, you will see some results. But ultimately, you're not going to get the most efficient results in the amount of time that you want to see them. And this comes down to your training. So focus on your training. What are your goals? Stick to it long enough and I promise you'll see it. So let's jump over to diet. The main thing I would say is that way too many people just don't care. They are also not hitting their protein intake, and if they are paying attention a little bit, they're most likely overestimating the amount of calories they're eating and underestimating the amount of calories that they're eating as well. So what do I mean by this? So you're in a bulk, you're kind of looking at everything and how much food you're eating. You're going to say you're eating about 3,000 calories. But in reality, you may only be eating about 2,200. This is because you overestimated. You didn't have a good idea. You weren't really tracking it like you should be. So you need to download an app like MyFitnessPal and actually really track it, or you need to just kind of eat a little bit more. Yes, you're going to gain a little bit more fat when you do that, but hey, summer you can cut down for that. Same thing with cutting. Most people, they think that they're not eating enough or they're actually cutting their calories, but in reality, they're eating more than what they should be and they're not losing the weight quite fast enough. So diet is a huge thing. What I really focus on for me personally is I do something like a keto diet. So most people look at keto and they think that's for losing weight. No, not necessarily. Losing or gaining weight all comes down to how many calories you're actually consuming as a person, not what your diet looks like. So I could easily get 3,000 calories in and have it all be protein and fats compared to having a mass amount of carbs as well. So this is what I primarily do. I'm not saying this is the only way or the correct way. We're all different. We all have different ways of eating. And once again, what's our sport? What are we training for? But anyway, that was my little spiel is you're probably not right on with your calories. And you need to make sure that you're eating enough protein as well. So what I highly suggest is 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And if you're really trying to gain muscle, you're in like a bulking phase, I would do 1.2 times your body weight or 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So if you're a 100-pound male, you should be eating 120 grams of protein. I know 100 pounds as a male is tiny, but it was just easy numbers I could work with, and that's what I went with. But anyway, let's head over to sleep. So you should be getting at least 7 hours of sleep a night. And you need to actually make sure you're in a deep sleep. So when you're in a deep sleep, this is when you're in a REM sleep. You have 6 different sleep cycles, I believe. But anyway, you need to make sure that you're actually getting enough sleep. Otherwise, your body is not going to essentially repair the muscle enough so you can tear it back down to a good level, and then repair it a little higher, and then tear it back down, and then repair it a little higher. Because we're all like batteries. I'm sure you've had days where you didn't quite get enough sleep and you went to the gym, weren't really feeling it. This is why, because sleep, you recharge everything. Could have also been what you ate that day and just a bunch of other things. They all play a factor into everything. But anyway, the main reason you're not seeing the results you want are not training hard enough or like you should, you're not eating like you should, and you're not getting enough sleep. Well, anyway, I hope this video gives you some perspective, and if you have any questions whatsoever, just leave in the comments and I'll get back to you.